Hi there. In today's lesson, we're going to go over Python logical operators using the W3schools.com Python tutorials. So to follow along, just go to the W3schools.com/Python URL and click on Python operators, and you'll see a bunch of operator tutorials. And in this tutorial, in the previous tutorial, we went over comparison operators, and in this tutorial, we're going to go over logical operators. So logical operators are used to combine conditional statements. So for example, the AND operator returns true if both statements are true. Okay. The OR operator returns true if one of the statements is true. So here you have two statements, and if one of these is true, then it should return true. And the NOT operator, the reverse result, returns false if the result is true. So not these two logical operators. Okay, combination of these two operators. So let's give the first one a try. Okay, so the AND operator. So here, x is equal to 5. Let's just press run here. So here, x is equal to 5. Print. So we have this expression and then this one. So is x greater than 3? That's true, right? 5 is greater than 3, right? And, okay, x less than 10, that's true also. So because both of these are true, both of these expressions are true, it will return true. Okay, so I want you to type this out. Print. So the purpose of this, right, is the AND. To look at the AND operator. So it's a logical operator. So x is greater than 3. X is greater than 3. Remember, x is 5. Okay. So is 5 greater than 3? That's true, right? And x is less than 10. Okay, that's also true. So if we run it, it should get true, just like we got here. And if you want, you could just write the values in directly if it's easier for you to read. Run. Okay, and it's also true. Now notice here, right? This is written in lowercase. What if you wrote this in uppercase? I know in PHP, right, you can write it like this, but in Python, you cannot. Okay, it has to be in lowercase. So yeah, just so you're aware of that. Okay, let's try the NOT operator. So we'll go, the OR operator. Let's try this. So the OR operator returns true. So in this case, right, x is greater than 3. This is true, right? 5 is greater than 3. And 5 is not greater. This is false, right? 5, because 5 is greater than 4, right? This is false, right? This should return false. But because one of them is true, and you have this OR operator, the combination of these two things, using the OR operator, okay, in between them, these two expressions, sorry, you should end up with true. Okay. The only way that this would end up returning false is if both were false. So let's run this. Okay, so we get true. So let's just type in the values directly. So 5 and 5. Press run. Okay, now remember, this part is true and this part is false. So what if we said 2 is less than 4? That's true, right? So we'd have something like this, right? Print true true or true. Okay. So let's run that. And what do you think you're going to get? True, right? Now, what if both were false, right? So let's just put a not here and a not here. Not greater than and not less than. Okay, it's saying here invalid syntax. So we can't do this. Let me double check here what I did wrong here. Not equals. Okay, so you can't do this not equals not greater than. Sorry about that. I've seen this in other languages, that's why I tried this, but let's just reverse this. Okay, so and we should end up with false. So is 5 greater than 3? No, 5 is less than 3, right? So this should be false. And is 2 greater than 4? No, 2 is less than 4, so this should also be false. So when we run this, because we have the OR operator and we have 2 false expressions, the results of 2 false expressions, we end up with false. Okay? So just remember, with OR, okay, if you have true and true, or true and false, or true and or true, okay, the only way you're gonna end up with false is if you have false or false, then it's gonna print false. Okay, so in this case you're gonna end up with true, in this case you're gonna end up with true, and then but this one logically false and false is false. So yeah, play around with this and just remember this this logical expression, right? The or false false gives you false. Okay, just play around with this and you'll get the hang of it. Okay, so that covers the OR operator. Let's try the NOT operator now. So again, just to remind you, logical operators are used to combine conditional statements. Okay, so we have one conditional statement and another conditional statement, and we can use this logical operator to determine if the sum of these, the combination of these two is true or false. Okay, so the NOT operator, reverse the result, returns false if the result is true. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so press run. So we get false. So let's break this down. Okay, so starting from the inner bracket one, the expression inside here, we have this first comparison. Okay, so x is greater than 3. So is 5 greater than 3? I'll just change this to the value just to make it simpler to read. So this is true, right? 5 is greater than 3. And is 5 less than 10? That's true, right? Okay, 5 is less than 10. And when you say and, right? So because we have two trues, so true and true gives you true. So this is true. This values to true. And then we're saying not. So it should evaluate to false. So not true is false. We could change this. If you want to even get rid of these expressions, you could just write true and true. Run it. Okay, you'd end up with false, right? Because this is true. And if you say not true, then it's false. Because it gives you the reverse of the result. What if you said not? So you'd end up with, so here we end up, this part is true, then not true is false, then not false. What is not false, right? True, right? Okay. So play around with that. Just remember that this not operator, okay, will just reverse the result, the Boolean result that you had inside of here. Okay. And yeah, give it a try, play around with it, and that covers Python logical operators. In the next tutorial, we're going to go over Python identity operators, okay, such as is and is not. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.